Hey, we're the Coltons.
In the Kerrs!
When I was 7, I lost my dad to suicide, and growing up in a church and kind of going periodically throughout my life and coming to know God and then losing your father and not knowing who to blame, I feel like I put my blame on God. And
Losing our grandma was really hard too, to leukemia. She was the reason that we were going to church. She was the one that would get us involved in everything, and so going back to the church after she had passed was really difficult to sit in those same chairs that she had sat in. Made it really, really hard to believe when she wasn't there anymore.
through continuing to try to go, we just got judged left and right, and it just didn't feel like home anymore, and we had just kind of had enough. We blamed God, we blamed the church, and why should Christians be this way?
So we were out drinking with some friends and just got to talking and found out that they had been going to this church called Sound Church, and it was kind of amazing because we look at these people and didn't think of them as church people at all, and at the time we were not in the church at all. We figured, what, if they're accepted at this church, there's no way that we could be turned away.
So even though Adam and Tiffany had been attending church for a few years by that point, I still didn't feel like it was right for me to go back until one night Tiffany had twisted my arm and pulled my hair and scratched my eyes out, saying I had to go with her to this small group. So I went to one of the women's Bible studies and fell in love with it. All the girls were amazing, very welcoming, and attended church a few weeks later and haven't left since.
Can't get rid of her.
I started going to Sound Church when my sister Tiffany had called and invited me to Adam's softball game that night. Adriana and I had nothing to do, so we went to the softball game, met everybody, had a lot of fun, got to know people, and then a couple weeks later we started coming to Sunday morning service.
Hello, I'm David. It's my first meeting.
Hi, Dave.
Tiffany and Adam and Heather invited me to their church, and took a couple times with them inviting me, but then I came. And
As far as I can remember, I'm sure Tiffany and Adam had invited you just because they invite everybody, but I had spent the night and woken up and I was like, hey, it's Sunday, I go to church today, would you like to go with me?
So it's amazing the impact that it's made on my son's life. He walks around the house singing worship music. He's up in the stands drumming along with the band. He prays before dinner. He prays when people are sick.
Even with Adriana, she will sing, she will dance, and she'll apologize to God in her head when she does something bad.
This harebrained idea of coming to church, at the time, we never thought about going to church again. And it's just funny to look back and to see how far we've come as a group and as a family. Coming to this church, we've also gained a lot of friends and a lot of family. Come to Sound Church. Oh wait, you're here. My bad. Come again. Now here we are 3 years later, and it's been amazing. This is my family, and that's our story, and we believe it's just getting started.